8,999, 9,000. Oh, welcome back to Working Out with Mr. Stillman. I was just doing some front raises to exercise my shoulders because today is an upper body workout. Now today I want to remind you that we're going to be doing some lighter weights because we're going to be doing 2 sets of 11. Now it's going to go fast. So we're working on building that cardio and building that muscle at the same time. Always remember, smaller muscle groups, we use lighter weights. Bigger muscle groups, we're going to use heavier weights. So if you're ready to exercise with Mr. Stillman, let's do this. Alright boys and girls, so throughout all of my workouts, I like to add some core exercises in between some of the sets that we do. That way you're not getting too tired doing one exercise the entire time. So we're going to mix in some of our core exercises in between some of the sets. As we do the plank, I want you to remember to rest on your elbows and to make sure that your body is nice and flat and straight. Ready? Let's begin. 15 seconds. Next, we're going to do some toe touches. When we're doing some toe touches, I want you to remember a couple things. 1, you want to keep your legs as straight as you possibly can. And 2, you want to make sure that you're reaching for those toes. It's okay if you don't touch them. We're going to do these 33 times. Ready? Let's go. Alright, so the next exercise we're going to do, we're going to work some shoulders, our trapezius muscles that are up here. You'll find them up by the neck and the shoulders. We're going to work those muscles, and there's a real simple exercise to do that, just with some shoulder shrugs. I'm going to be using my weights. This is one of those exercises that you might want to use something heavier. A good option would be maybe a couple of the gallon milk jugs that you have. We're going to do 33 of these because this exercise actually goes really, really fast. So go ahead, get your weights, and we're going to count to 33. Here we go. Alright boys and girls, now that you had a little bit of break, we're going to do a little bit of a different exercise to work our forearms. Now, for this exercise, you might want to use your water bottle. It's a great way, and it's a real simple exercise. You're going to hold your arms out in front of you, and we're just going to turn that water bottle. I'm going to do that for 33 rotations. This is another exercise that's really easy and really fast. That's why we're doing more. We're going to do 3 sets of 33. Let's get ready and let's count. Ready? Go. Hi boys and girls, so for one of our exercises that we're going to do today, we're going to do a very simple exercise that's called arm circles. Now I'm going to be doing these with my weights. If you want to use your water bottles or the weights that you've created, you can, but I highly recommend that you just challenge yourself to do the arm circles without any weight at all. Now, because this is an easier exercise, we're going to do sets of 33. And because this is an easier exercise, we want to make sure we're using lighter weights. We're exercising our shoulder muscles, our deltoid muscles. So we want to make sure that, when we're using those smaller muscle groups, we use lighter weights. So we're going to try to do 33 forward and 33 backwards. So if you're ready to do it, let's get going. Alright boys and girls, so for our next exercise, we have another shoulder exercise, and we're going to do what are called front raises. Now again, you can use your own weights, you can use your water bottles, that's a great weight to use, nothing too heavy. We want to use lighter weights for the smaller muscle groups. When you're doing your front raises, you're going to hold the weights in front of you, and at the same time, you're just going to lift them all the way up to the sky, and then back down. So if you're ready to exercise doing some front raises, let's do this. Alright boys and girls, so for our next exercise, we're going to do what are called lateral raises. Now again, we want to make sure that we're using something very light because we're working a smaller muscle group, we want to use lighter weights. Now we want to make sure when we're doing this today, you have plenty of room, you're going to hold your weights to your side, you're going to lift your arms all the way up, and then you're going to let them go all the way down. You want to really focus on doing this slow to really work that muscle. So if you're ready to do some lateral raises, let's do this. Alright, boys and girls, so for our next exercise, we're going to do what are called shoulder rotations. Now, when we're doing these shoulder rotations, again, you want to make sure that you're using something very light, like your water bottles. This is not one you want to do anything with any kind of heavier weight, because when we're using those smaller muscle groups, we want to make sure that we are using the lighter weights. Now, when we're doing our shoulder rotations, we're just going to hold up our weights at a 90-degree angle with both arms. Then we're going to go down till they're flat, our arms are flat, and then back up. All right, so if you're ready to do this, let's get going. Alright, boys and girls, so for our next exercise, we're going to do something that's called a shoulder press. We're really going to exercise our arms and our shoulders when we do this. Now, this is one that I recommend you using some of your homemade weights. I'm going to use my weights, so when we do this, I want you to join in. And when we do this, you have your weights. You're going to hold your arm like you're at a 90-degree angle, and you're going to push up and then down, focusing on going down slow because we really want to build that muscle. So if you're ready to do some shoulder presses, let's do this. Alright, boys and girls, so for our next exercise that's going to work our upper body, we're going to do what I call a towel bench. Now, I understand if you don't have weights or if you don't have a bench press, that's okay. Now, really all you need for this is a towel, just like I do, and you're going to roll it up. Now, if you're not going to use the bench, you can take the towel, you're going to lay it on the floor. When you lay it on the floor, this is a good guide to let you know when you're doing your push-up, when you've gone far enough down. All right, you can make that towel as big as you want, but one thing you want to focus on is that your elbows bend. As long as they bend a little, we're still going to build some strength over time. One thing you need to remember when you're doing those push-ups, make sure your body is flat and straight. We don't want our body too high or too low. We want our body flat and straight. We want to go all the way down, and then when we feel the towel, push back up. All right, if you're ready to do some towel bench or towel push-ups, let's do this. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more episodes of Working Out with Mr. Stillman.